Residents and traders in Adabraka are gripped by fear following a brazen daylight robbery involving gunfire. Now, 4 heavily armed, unidentified individuals carried out the heist at a gold jewelry shop in the area, firing multiple rounds. Now, according to shop owners, the robbers escaped with 6.2 million Ghana cedis, marking the second robbery at the same shop within 3 months. While police say they are actively searching for the suspect, residents have expressed frustration, citing a slow response from law enforcement. Caleb Kuda has more.
Behind me is the crime scene where the daylight robbery took place. Shooting and robbery took place earlier today, Saturday, November 2, just close to the Adabraka Mosque on the Jones Nelson Avenue within the Adabraka market. Now, we've been talking to some eyewitnesses who've been narrating these various accounts to us.
At the back of my house, and I was doing some things and I heard a gunshot, but I thought it was a knockout. So I just peeped through my window and I saw a man masked the face, and I said, hey, they don't urinate at the back of the house. And he said, hey, madam, make you shut up. That's the language he said, and the tonation was like the Nigerian tonation. Then quickly, I just closed the window. Then they gave a warning shot on top of my roofing. Then I came out and I saw that people were shouting. So when I came and I saw the man holding some money with a gunshot on him, and you know, for him not to cut the attention of the people, he just threw the money out and gave a warning shot, pack, pack, pack. Then everybody was rushing to take the money, and he was just walking majestically anyhow.
This is the vehicle that was carrying the sacks of cash that was robbed at gunpoint in broad daylight earlier today. I have with me another eyewitness who saw more of the action and will narrate to us. So where were you and what did you see?
I was around the mosque, the central mosque, and we heard a gunshot, but we thought it was knockout. So later on I realized people were rushing to the mosque side. I said, what is happening? So we turned ourselves, we saw a RAV4 packed, blocked the Corolla, and we thought maybe they were trying to do something, but not knowing they were armed robbers. They were on mask, though. They were like 4 or 5.
You mean they were masked?
Yes, they were masked. So they start putting a gunshot on the car, flattening the car tires first, and secondly, they start giving a warning shot. So nobody was getting close to them. So they start pulling the money from the car inside the RAV4. In fact, nobody was getting close because they were armed, very armed. So they decided to do their own thing, and they're working freely. We called the police because the police was very close. So most of us, we rushed to the police station trying to tell them to come and face them, but nobody was coming. But after the operation, they came with the patrol team and stuff. It was too late.
The police CID are here. They are processing the area to gather information for their own investigation. So they've cordoned off the area so that nobody is allowed to tamper the investigations. But this is some hours after the incident took place, and the residents and victims of this robbery incident are not too happy because to my right, which is just about 2 minutes away from the crime scene, is where the Adabraka police station is. And so for the residents of Adabraka, they are not happy with the police because they say that their efforts at getting the attention of the police to deal with the crime, especially because at some point the robbers took their sweet time to walk on the streets because they were armed and the residents could not do anything to them. They feel that the police took way too long to address the matter. And they tell us also that this will not be the first time that such an incident will happen again at the same gold jewelry shop.
I think this is the second time not less than 4 months, and the same place, the same shop. So we were wondering what is going on.
We don't feel safe at all because the road, we have the school children, especially the Muslim are having their schools on Saturdays, and we have a lot of people, Adabraka to the market is a very busy road where people can sell.
The owners of Best Jewellery say this is not the first time such a robbery incident will take place. They tell us that on July 27, around 6:45, a similar operation was undertaken. The amount involved was over $1 million. That happened. They said they made a distress call to the police. The police delayed in its response. They tell us that the amount involved in today's robbery is about 6.2 million Ghana cedis. They are counting their losses and they are in distress because this is the second time that such an incident will happen. Behind me is the Adabraka police station. It's a 2-minute walk away from the crime scene. For an operation that lasted about 10 minutes according to eyewitnesses, it beats the minds of residents why the response of the police was not swift. We've attempted to talk to the Adabraka police station, but they've declined speaking for now. We understand that the deputy regional director, Greater Accra Regional Director of Ghana Police, has gone to visit the victim, the driver of the vehicle that was attacked at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Ridge. So we'll be following up from there. This is a gentleman who was shot by the armed robbers earlier today. He's traumatized, obviously, has received some preliminary care. He's off to get some scans done, and then later he will give the police his statement. We've not met the police leadership here yet, but that is the update here, that they are going to get some x-rays and scans done. Here is a relative of the owner of the shop that was attacked this afternoon, speaking to us, appealing to the police to bring the perpetrators to book.
We are very shocked that this thing is continuing because the first one, at least the police had some information. I mean, some footages and some videos. We thought they could have even helped us, to find the perpetrators, but nothing happened. And now this is the second time. So what I can say is we are appealing to the police to protect us, because if the police can't protect us, who should protect us? We as citizens, I think we don't have to start protecting ourselves, because if all of us start protecting ourselves, it won't end up very well for the whole society.
The Member of Parliament for Kole Klote, Zaneto Rollins, has been here. She's been speaking with the police, and we've been speaking with her as well. She's particularly unhappy at the sophisticated weapons that the armed robbers have in their hands, and she's worried that with a few weeks to elections, it's very concerning to have persons unscrupulous have such weapons in their hands, and she's been asking the Ministry of Interior, the police and all stakeholders to increase their work to protect citizens.
It's very worrying because, first of all, how are people having access to such weapons and having the courage to do this in the middle of the city, broad daylight? And I think what's more disturbing is that we have elections in less than 36 days from today, and it raises concerns over the safety of not just constituents, but on the safety of all of us on the day. This is a robbery indeed, but the fact that it can happen in the manner that it does raise concerns with regards to the safety of the community, number one, but also ultimately the issue of peace and security around the day of elections. I've already engaged the police as I got here, but I think that this is something that needs to be looked at the highest level. And it's not just about the police, but it's also about the Minister for the Interior and National Security. This is something that needs to be looked at, because if you're looking at the types of weapons that these individuals are carrying, it raises a huge question with regards to the use of certain types of weapons in the system, which we know are not legal. So yeah, I'm definitely going to bring this up. Unfortunately, Parliament is not sitting at the moment, so it kind of decreases one avenue that I can use immediately. But I intend to certainly pursue this. Deputy ranking member on the Select Committee on Security and Intelligence, and I'm going to use my position to see how we can address this, because this is not the first time this has happened in Accra. But I think that it seems to be creeping into certain areas where things like this hitherto were not happening. It's a bit disturbing. People should not live in fear in the community, number one. And we are too close to elections, an election around which there's too much tension already. And we cannot afford to have this level of feeling of insecurity within the community.
The residents of Adabraka, traders and victims of this robbery, are asking the Ghana police to up its game and ensure that it does all it can to protect their property and their lives, because now it is some 6.2 million Ghana cedis that is lost. They do not know what next will be lost, and they want the police to do everything it can to safeguard lives and property. Caleb Kuda, Channel One Television.